Hey, good evening, everyone. Hey, good evening, everyone. So, I wanted to pop on here live to talk just a little bit about the big thing that I have coming. If you've been following me, you know that I am preparing for the release of my very first book, Music as a Vehicle, a practical guide to implementing culturally responsive teaching in today's music classrooms. I cannot wait for this resource to be in your hands super soon. Release day is in just a few weeks on October 21st, and pre-orders are open now. In fact, when you pre-order today by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you actually will get guaranteed delivery by October 21st. But I wanted to pop on to talk a little bit about why I'm so excited for the release of this book and answer also any questions. So be sure to say hello. I see a few folks coming in over here on Instagram. And over here on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, I can see that you're watching, but I can't see who you are. So let me know in the comments that you're watching. Let me know who you are. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay because I love to see who is engaging. Also, let me introduce myself. I never want to assume that folks are knowing who I am. And so in case this is the first time that we've had the chance to be in conversation together, my name is Ashley Cuthbertson. I'm based here in the DC metro area, just south of um, the city in Northern Virginia. And I'm a former pre-K through 12 music educator and adjunct professor. And now I partner with schools, districts, and universities all over the country to help their K-12 fine arts teachers to create culturally responsive learning environments and curriculum and instruction that meets the diverse and ever-evolving needs of our kids today. And so, as I shared earlier, my first book is getting ready to come out. I cannot wait. And I was thinking today, like, what is the biggest reason why I'm the most excited? There's lots of reasons why I'm excited. I've always wanted to write a book. Never really knew what it was going to be about until doing the work that I've been doing with my clients throughout the last couple of years. But I was thinking, like, what particular, and also like just the effort of my team to get this huge project off the ground going, and now finally actually like to the finish line. Actually, just a couple of hours ago, I got the confirmation that the proof physical copy of the book is in the mail right now. It is getting overnighted to me from the printer so that I can review the final, like, in-person proof. I've of course been approving the digital versions of the cover and the inside and all kinds of different things, but now it's time to go to production. And so I just got a confirmation a couple years ago, a couple weeks ago, a couple hours ago, that they put it in the mail. It's coming now to me via plane, I guess. And so I'll have it tomorrow to do the final review, which means that like tomorrow I'm going to be able to place our first order for our first batch of the books, which I wonder if I can pull it up real quick while I'm here. I announced yesterday that we had hit like a huge milestone. I'm self-publishing the book, and by average, self-published off like 90%, I think, is the statistic of self-published authors. They don't sell more than like 100 or so books in the lifetime of the book. And yesterday I said it was 103, but then actually, like, by the end of the day yesterday, it actually was 105 books that we had sold. And then let me look over here at our stats from today. I'll give you a real-time update of how many. Today, of course, is the last day to pre-order to guarantee delivery. And so, of course, people are making sure that they grab their book today. And so let's see, I have to like look at two lists. So we got 14 today, which means, okay, put it in there. So it means that we're at 100. Let me do the math here. Hold on. Oh, wait, no, not 106. I'm doing the math in real time. Bear with me. I wasn't a math teacher. Yeah, 14. 14 plus 5 is 19. Yeah. 120. So we're at 120 books that we have sold so far, and that's individual people purchasing books for themselves. Several people have bought like 2 books at a time. I'm assuming for themselves and for a friend. So if you're purchasing a book, like be sure to get one for your friend too. And then also we've had several bulk book orders, a couple of my clients, and then also just people that I know that want to have the book for their teams. And so if you want to do a bulk order, reach out to me directly. I have a form that I can send you for how to manage all that. So that's super exciting. We're actually at 120, and I suspect that number is going to creep up as we get closer to the deadline that is tonight. But anyway, I wanted to talk about why I'm excited. The number one reason why I'm most excited about the book. And I was thinking earlier, like, why am I so, like, what's the most important thing that I want this book to do, and why am I most excited for it to be out of the world? I think the biggest reason I'm excited for the book is I'm excited that the shift in our field of music education that this book I know is going to have. I know so many music teachers and arts teachers. So in my consulting work, I work with both music and arts. I was a music teacher myself, but a lot of what in discovery in the past couple of years of my consulting business, a lot of what I have taught to music teachers and coached them and supported them to do also translates to the arts, because different than like an English teacher or a math teacher, arts teachers have our own kind of unique way of seeing the world and working with our students, which is a little bit different than like a math or a social studies teacher. And so really the work I have do now, it is expanded to not just music teachers, but fine arts teachers and teams all over K-12 all throughout the country. And I was thinking about, what I'm most excited about is the impact and the shift in our music education field that I know that it will have. And I already know that there will be something similar that will come for my fine arts teacher friends as well. But I'm excited for the shift that I know is going to happen. What I know is that from the teachers I work with is that the main reasons that hold teachers back from change in their classrooms include tradition, right? So the traditions that they hold on so dearly to, and they worry about, well, if I stop doing the things I've been doing, what am I going to do, right? Is that going to affect the how other music teachers see me, right? If I do things differently and I'm the only teacher in my district that's doing it differently, are people going to think about my program differently? So there's that fear of like, if I'm the only one doing things differently, people are going to look down on me. There's also the worry around like causing offense to students, to parents, to colleagues, to the community as you are going through the work of investigating yourself, creating these learning environments that are culturally proficient for the students that you are serving. There's going to be mistakes, and not having guidance during that time of the inevitable mistake. I would say you're going to make mistakes. So go ahead and just like make peace with that. You're going to make a mistake. It's not the mistake, right? It is, how do you move forward from the mistake? How do you acknowledge that a mistake was made, first of all? How do you address the people whom were affected by the mistake? And how do you apologize in a way that is not centering you, but instead centers how they felt and how it's affected them? But then more importantly, it's not about the mistake, it's about the lesson that you learn and how you do better next time, right? The only way that you, just like with anything, right? The only way that you learn how to do a thing is you probably did it wrong a few times and you figured out which is the best way. So you probably are going to say things that are not the most culturally proficient or the most culturally aware. The only way that you're going to figure out the way that you're going to say it in a way that's going to land well on the receiver is you're going to have to just say the thing and do the best that you can and figure it out, right? And that's the work that I guide teachers through when we start working together, is how can I support them as they're going through that period of trying to figure out, how do I say the things and how do I move through the mistakes, right? And so knowing that music teachers, arts teachers are held back by some of these things, and also it's holding our field back, right? A lot of the conversations that I have with like select people that I'm dying to have at large just can't happen because there's not enough people, I think, that are willing to like put themselves, their ideas out there and say the things that are unsaid. And I say many of the unsaid things out loud in the book. And so I'm just really, the number one reason I'm most excited for you to read it and to share it and to advocate for more music teachers to tap into this work and tap into these ideas and these, I hate to say strategies, but kind of strategies, right? Culturally responsive teaching is not a strategy, it's an approach, but there are strategies that you can use, right? I'm excited for us to really start to make strides as a music education field, as music educator community. There's so much talk about equity and what are we going to do, and this is wrong, and this, and they don't have access. And there's so much talk, there's not enough action, right? And I find that there's people who are very comfortable with just talking about the things, but I'm an action taker, I'm an executor, and I'm never going to be happy with just talking about the things, which is why I left the classroom and decided to go off on my own in my consulting business, right? I saw that there was a need in our music education community, and now I see the need in the greater arts education community. There's a need for knowledgeable, skilled experts to be leading educators to be able to make these shifts in their instruction, in their learning environments, and to help to kind of hold people through the process of making these changes in their programs, which I did a keynote over the weekend in New York City, and it wasn't originally part of the keynote, but through the conversation, I shared a little bit of my thoughts around the element of shame that I think so many music teachers have. And as I do more work with arts teachers, I'm curious to see if this will be true for arts teachers as well. And I made the point that a lot of times music teachers are really resistant to change because we have had to be perfect. And you think about it, to become a music teacher, likely you were participating in music programs as a child, right? Maybe not always, but likely you were participating in music programs as a child. Likely you had to audition for ensembles, for roles, for solos and different things. To be able to get into the ensemble, the solo, you had to be perfect. You had to do it better than anybody else. That to get into undergrad music education programs require an audition. You have to beat out the other people to get the 5 coveted spots for that year's flute class, right? And then once you get into the university music educator program, now you have to be perfect on the teacher licensure exam and the student teaching. So it's all this like having to be perfect, and prove. And it leads music teachers that are in the classroom, I think, to have unconsciously developed this bias towards perfectionism and not wanting to be seen as making mistakes, not wanting to be seen as possibly not having it all together or possibly doing it wrong. And that really holds us back as a profession, because to move through this, to really adopt a culturally responsive approach requires that you are accepting of the mistakes that are going to have to happen, and accepting that you're not going to know all the things all the time. And so that was a random point that happened out of the conversation from that keynote on Saturday. But I've been thinking about that piece a lot, especially when I think about, I'm so excited for this work, which is a culmination of the work I've been doing for about 14 years now. I'm excited for the impact on our field and our community that it's going to have. So let me know what you're excited about when you read the book, because you're going to pre-order it, right? So that you're going to pre-order it tonight so that you can get it by October 21st. And of course, the release date is October 21st. So you can pre-order it anytime between now and October 20th. And the pre-order bonuses are that I'm autographing every single copy during the pre-order time. And you also get I'm doing a private virtual release party just for people who have pre-ordered and purchased the book. So you'll get an invite to that if you pre-order, as well as, when you pre-order the book, you also get the first chapter for free, so that you can go ahead and start reading right away while, we're in this last couple of weeks before the book is officially launched. And then, of course, if you pre-order today, by the end of the day, today's October 1st, you also get to be in that first shipment that I'm going to make in about, the proof copy I have to approve is coming tomorrow. It's already on its way. And as soon as I approve that, I send the order to the printer, and then they turn it around to me so that I can go ahead and start shipping to everybody. And so that's why the deadline has to be today, is because we're making this decision on how many tomorrow. So I need to know how many to send to the printer. And so, like I said, you can, of course, pre-order anytime between October 21st, by the end of the day, October 20th, in fact. But if you want to guarantee that you're in that first shipment that I'm going to mail here shortly, you have to make sure that you purchase it by 11:59 p.m. tonight on October 1st. All right, so that's all I wanted to really pop on and talk about today. Let me know again if you're watching. Let me know if you have any questions about the book itself. I'm going to come on a couple more times as we gear up for the release day. But let me know if you have any questions. Everywhere where you are, if you're looking for the link to learn more about the book. And in fact, if you're maybe not ready to buy the book, I actually have a free preview of the book. It's the table of contents and the introduction of the book. If you just want to like preview what the ideas, and the introduction gives a pretty meaty introduction to what the main ideas and topics of the book are. And the table of contents, of course, gives you an outline of what the topics and chapters are about. So all of it can be found on the book site, which is www.musicasavehicle.com. So if you just go to musicasavehicle.com, it'll take you to that page where it has all the information about the book, how you can order it. It's available in paperback as well as ebook. And the link for the preview is there. The ebook and the paperback release at the same time. So even though it's an ebook, it releases on October 21st, like the paperback does. And I have other information about the other things that are included. So it's actually not just a book. It's the book, and it comes with a resource toolkit. And I have a list of many of the different worksheets, resources, and other things I have in that toolkit for you is also on that webpage. So make sure that you at least grab a preview so you can check out. And if you're ready to go ahead and be a part of this movement, this conversation, this shift in music education, I would love for you to be one of our community that is purchasing this book. Like I said, how many did I say? We are now 120 purchases strong between our bulk book order purchases, as well as all the individual folks that have been buying books for themselves and, you know, their friends, which I love. And thank you all so much for those of you who have supported. Some of you have supported since November of 2023 when I first opened pre-orders and first announced that the book is opening. So grateful for folks who had faith in this work and faith in me from even before the book was finished in production. So thank you for if you're happening to watch, and shout yourself out in the comments if that's you. If you're somebody who's been one of my early supporters of the book, shout yourself out, tag yourself in the comments so that other people can celebrate you as well. You know, the folks that purchased at the beginning gave me the momentum to make sure that I could finish strong, because I knew that people were waiting for this work. So I thank you. And I thank you for watching, even if you're just watching the replay, even if you don't buy the book. I thank you for engaging and just being a part of this movement that we have to make sure that music and the arts are truly for all of our kids, and that the teachers, you all, are best positioned to support those kids to have affirming learning environments and instruction that really matters to them. So thank you for engaging in this work, whether you pre-order, you get the preview, or you're just hanging out watching. Thank you. I appreciate you. And I'll pop on again another few times as we lead up to the launch just in a couple of weeks. And my DMs are open. So if you have any questions about anything, or you're having any wonderings, feel free to reach out. I love to chat. All right, that's it for tonight. I will chat with you again soon. Let me know if you were watching the replay. Give me a hashtag replay, and I'll come on again soon and chat with you. All right, bye.